Hey, it's Nichole Kellerman-Worth, founder and creator of WildlyAliveWeightLoss.com. From body image, spirituality, beliefs, money, and movement, to relationships, motherhood, creativity, sisterhood, and mindset, Wildly Alive Weight Loss is a place to come for practical advice and real stories on how to create a lifestyle you adore and a body you feel proud of. And today we're talking about how reading that next weight loss article could actually be keeping the weight on. So this is all about information overload. So when I first started my weight loss journey, I tried everything. So if you've read my story about how I kind of got into this field, I was not raised with the values of how to eat healthy or move my body. I didn't necessarily have a weight problem. I definitely had a self-esteem problem, but it's when I got out of high school and I gained weight that I started dieting, because I did what every other woman does. Like, we're told that when we need to lose weight, we diet. That's just what you do. And so I tried everything. I tried eating just fruits and vegetables. I tried Weight Watchers. I tried 2-hour workout, cellulite cream, Jillian Michaels Making the Cut program, which actually, she has some really fun workouts, but didn't work for me. Fasting for days, working out 2 times a day, diet pills, those were terrible. The Master Cleanse, and that's really, really terrible. I tried everything, and the weight did not budge, but during that time, I was borderline obsessed, probably just outright obsessed with trying to lose weight, meaning I was consuming every piece of information about health and weight loss that I possibly could. So I'm a really, really determined person. Like, when I set my mind to something, I get it done, and weight loss was the thing that was never moving for me. Most things, if I try hard enough, I could make it happen. And weight loss was this huge struggle that no matter what I did, no matter what plans I did, no matter what diets I did, no matter what pills I took, no matter what information I took in, it did not work. And it was extremely frustrating. And the truth is, again, if you've read my story on my website, it's when I really let go of all that information and really surrendered and stopped consuming it all, is when I started to lose weight. And how Wildly Alive came into play is I started living my life because I was so obsessed with the information and following through with it and getting my workouts in and tracking my calories and I was not living my life. I was not having fun whatsoever, and I was still so stuck. And it's when I met Zach that I kind of surrendered. I had kind of given up before I had met him. If you go onto my site, you can read the whole story. I had this big breakdown. I decided to have a breast augmentation because I thought that would be the solution. Going under the knife is never the solution to find happiness, by the way. And I still wasn't happy. And then I kind of just surrendered and let go. And that's when Zach came into my life, and he really showed me what living life was. And again, I do not believe that Zach saved me or a man saved me. But what I think he did for me is model to me what living life was. And what I realized through the process is that losing weight for the long term is not about restricting or about looking for the answers everywhere else outside of you. Really, it's about enjoying this moment and having fun and laughing and staying present and really just enjoying life. That's where true weight loss comes from, and that's really where the Wildly Alive Weight Loss program was born, was me kind of realizing that. So all of this information at our fingertips really confuses us, confuses the hell out of us. You'll read that coconut oil is good, and then you'll read that it's bad, and then you'll read that eggs are good, and then eggs are bad, or that the fastest way to lose weight is to do interval training or HIIT training, but you hate those things and it feels horrible, and then you hear that yoga's the best. There's so much contradicting information out there that it paralyzes us. Plus, it is taking up so much of our time trying to figure out. So the biggest point, though, actually, with all of this information is it's keeping us from listening to our intuitions, listening to our bodies. And you know, if you've been following me for a while, I am a huge believer in intuitive movement, meaning moving in a way that feels good for your body, not what your personal trainer says, not what your best friend is doing, what feels good to you. And intuitive eating, same guidelines. What foods feel good for you? What foods don't feel good for you? Not what your nutritionist says, not what your best friend is doing, what feels good for you. Not what all the magazine articles are telling you to read, what feels good for you. And all of this information is creating a barrier between our intuition. Because say you really say you eat eggs. And when you eat eggs, you feel really good. They satisfy you. Your brain is sharp, not like mine is right now, and you're really on it. You feel really good when you have eggs in the morning as opposed to oatmeal or cereal. But you read an article that eggs are really high in cholesterol and they're really bad for you, and you shouldn't be eating eggs every day. And so what happens there is it pulls you away from your intuition. Your body is saying, hey, this food is jiving with me. It's really feeling good. I eat it and I feel good. And then you remember this piece of information that you read last week or that your friend told you about, and it's negating your intuition because you're like, well, I shouldn't be eating it. No, I think you should be eating it. And side note, I eat eggs every single day. Eating an egg or two a day is not going to kill your cholesterol. There's a lot of health benefits and a ton of nutrition in eggs. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I want to share with you is, and I really hope that I don't contribute to the problem, though I know I give out a lot of information to you every week. But my whole goal is to teach you that you have the tools that you need already inside of you. You have the information already inside of you. And if you need some outside information, it will show up. It will drop in your lap. You won't have to go search for it. It's so in your face. It's right there. It's like, oh, well, I obviously really needed this information because it's everywhere I'm looking. Right? Okay, so today I wanted to share with you how to stop the information overload so you can get into action, not constant consumption mode, and really lose weight. So, number 1, unsubscribe and unfollow. If you feel like, and I will be totally honest, if you guys feel like I am contributing this to you, then unfollow me and unsubscribe. You are not going to hurt my feelings. I want you to tune into your intuition. And if by you honoring your intuition is unsubscribing from my emails or unfollowing me on Facebook, then my job is done. I know that I have done all I can, and it's okay. I'm totally okay with that. I don't want you to go. I will miss you. But if that's really where your heart is and that's where your intuition is, trust your instinct. Trust your gut. It is always right. And the more you lean on your gut, the more likely you are to lean on it more and more and more. And when you live your life from your intuition, it creates magic. It's not always the easy decision. I get that. But it's totally worth it. And I speak from a lot of experience there. Number 2, use social media as social media, not media. So this is a place for you to connect with your friends. Not to compare, which I've written a blog post on that before. It's a platform in which you can check out their pictures and see how they're doing and talk to them and connect with them and share stories. But it is not a place for you to buy random products or to click outside and go to a video, which I know I'm guilty of. Go to a video or go to an article. That is not what social media really was designed for. And now that everyone is there, then all the advertisers come on there and are sharing their information too. So start using social media as social media. And remind yourself when you go on Facebook or you go on Instagram, which is nicer because there's less ads, is I'm here to connect. I'm here to talk to my friends, and that's it. I'm not here to get lost in the interwebs and waste all kinds of time on information. And number 3 is trust your gut over Google. So say you are trying to figure something out. Maybe you've gotten a job offer. You've gotten 2 job offers. Let's say that. You've gotten 2 job offers, and your reaction, your automatic reaction is to get online and search around where it's at and what are the perks and yada, yada, yada. And, really, really analyze each side. Analyze option A and option B, pros and cons. Now, though your mind has a lot of beautiful benefits, the truth is with life changes like this, your gut has the answer. And sometimes your gut is going to tell you to take the job that pays you less, but is in a location that makes your soul happy. And you have to explain that to people like your husband, who is like, what, you're turning down this job and it's only pays a fraction or something like that. And so what I mean here is it's so easy for us to go into analyzing, to either going online and figuring out the pros and cons and reading articles, or coming up with some sort of analytical data on which choice is the best right choice. But really, most of the time, I won't say all decisions, but I will say majority of decisions, 95% of decisions, the answer is in your heart. The answer is in your gut. And it's just a matter of you sinking into that and being open to both without going into, but I can't go there because of this, and I can't go there because of this, and not going there and just kind of visualizing both outcomes and tuning into which one feels the best. And again, listening to your gut is not always the easy thing to do, but I'm telling you, it is absolutely worth it. You don't need to justify anything. If it's just, this answer feels best for me, that's enough. That's enough for me, and that should be enough for you. And you don't have to justify anything more to anybody else. If it feels good for you and your gut is, something inside of you is telling you this is the answer for you, I say roll with it, for sure. Okay, and lastly, along the lines of this information overload, there are going to be some changes going on here at Wildly Alive Weight Loss. So, I started this business in 2011, and the truth is that the internet has changed a lot since then, and there is a lot more information now than there was then. And I think a lot of people are in this state of complete overwhelm. And if I'm really honest with myself, I think that I'm contributing to the problem, because I now do weekly 30-minute coaching calls, which are full of information that, again, I'm trying to put the power back into your hands, but it's still requiring you to listen or read a substantial amount of information, or me yapping at you every single week. So here's the changes that are going to be made, and I think you are really going to like it. So what we're going to do starting in August is we're going to have a theme every single month. And August's theme is actually fun. And why fun is not only important, but a huge component of lasting weight loss. And so the first 3 weeks of the month, you are going to have a weekly Wildly Alive challenge email. It will be really short. You will read it in under 60 seconds, and it'll just be a little tidbit, a little bite of information and something to take action on that week. And, for the month of August, it's obviously going to be a lot of fun, but even after that, I'm all about getting you into action and having a good time and enjoying life, and really seeing that when you enjoy life and when you let go, that's really when the weight releases, not, the other way around of restricting and in and out and things like that. So you'll get 3 Wildly Alive challenges. You'll get 3 weeks worth of Wildly Alive challenges, just 1 email a week. And then at the end of the month, we will have a call just like this on that topic. So at the end of August, we'll come on and we'll do a group coaching call. And since I'm only doing it once a month, I think we'll be able to get more people to join, which I would love. I would love to talk to you more and talk to more of you. So the call will be longer. I don't know, probably about an hour long. And then throughout the week as well, to kind of keep you accountable and keep you in action, I will be posting little reminders on social media. So on my podcast, on Instagram, and on Facebook, I'll remind you of that week's challenge to ensure you take action. So they're really fun. I just actually did all of August. I wrapped it up today, and I'm really excited about it. I think you are really going to love it. It's going to be fun. It's going to get you out of your head and into your life, and it's just going to be a tidbit of information to keep you moving forward and not overwhelm you. And I'm really excited about the coaching calls because we get to connect and talk that way as well, without, again, overwhelming you every single week. So I'm really excited about it. I will make an official email letting everyone know about these changes next week, and it will take into effect August 8th is when you get your first Wildly Alive challenge for the week. So awesome. Let's go over to the coaching and see where you all are at and how you're feeling right now. I would love to hear what you think about this, how you think about information overload, anything along those lines. Let's just chat. So *2 to raise your hand. Let's not be shy. Do you ever feel like information stalls you from moving forward? Do you feel like Google negates your gut? Anything like that, or anything along the lines of health and nutrition and fitness and wildly alive living. So what do you guys think? Anybody want to raise their hand? Anybody have anything to say? Even about the new format of the blogs, the newsletters that are going to come out? Okay, going over to 7070, your name and where you're from.
Hi, Nichole. It's Berline. I'm from California.
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good. Doing really good.
That's it. I agree with you. I think the information overload is like I think that has hindered me a lot on making decisions, because I do that. I don't trust my intuition a lot. I will go and try to search it up or look it up and see, what's best, or I'll look for what do you call it? Reviews on the product or on something, or and try to let that make my decision. What other people thought about it and stuff, or how it works for somebody else or something like that and stuff, instead of trusting my intuition and going with my own, making my own opinion about it and stuff. I usually do go from other people's opinion and stuff. So yeah, I do that a lot.
Yeah, I think there are definite things where reviews are super helpful. I mean, if it's not a life-altering thing, I was just trying to figure out what baby monitor to buy, and I was reading a lot of reviews, right? And so something like that's small and doesn't make a huge emotional impact in my life, that's fine. Yeah. But even people maybe who are coming to Wildly Alive weight loss and checking out my before and afters and all of the testimonials, the truth is their gut can tell them if wildly alive is a good
Right for
choice
you.
for them
Yeah.
or not. They don't you don't need the testimonials. Don't get me wrong, like having some proof that, I'm not crazy or I'm not going to steal your money, like I get that, but really when you arrive on the site or you hear some of the philosophies, your intuition is talking to you, and it's either telling you no, not for me, or it's like, oh my gosh, this feels so good, this feels so right, and that's validation that this is a good fit for you or not. That's totally
Yeah.
fine. And you can, yeah, too much information just really really can keep you stuck more than anything else, because then you can get on the site and see the before and afters and think, but I'm not like her, but I don't struggle like her, or I'm not a mom,
Yeah.
or like all you could go into your head
Yeah.
and justify and negate your gut by going into your head, and you're not going to make a good wise decision by going into your head. It's the answer lives in your body.
And I like how you said that if it's not, then that's okay, and you don't need an excuse to follow that. Like a lot of times, I think a lot of people feel like, oh, if I say no, I need to come up with an excuse to why I can't, or why I don't want to and stuff. And so then you struggle with that. You struggle to come up with a good excuse to tell somebody why the answer is no, or even like when I did the program, a lot of people didn't even agree with me doing the program. So it was like I felt like I had to explain to them why I was doing it, So it's just like, I don't know, it's just saying, well, that's what I wanted to do. I felt like I had to come up to an excuse to why I was doing it, or come up with a good enough reason why I felt like I needed to do it. So I felt like I have, I think a lot of times I feel like I have to explain myself to people to why I'm either doing something or I'm not doing something.
Well, and that's what happens when you start to really listen to and trust your gut and trust your instincts, is that, and I tell you in this program, is I really want you to play around with trusting your gut, and when something happens where you decided to go with your gut instead of your mind, instead of analyzing or going into that logical part of your brain, and it's a success and it proves that it's right, I want you to duly note that and go into your mind and be like, I really listened to my gut and it paid off. It was worth it. And even creating a list of all the things in your life where maybe everything was pointing to no, but your gut was pointing to yes, and you decided to do that, because you're basically stacking up evidence that your gut is something that you can trust. And what happens over time is that when people start to second guess you and second guess your gut, you feel so confident in it that you're like, I don't even have to explain to you why I'm making this decision. It just feels right, and that's the end of the story. This is the decision I am making, and you don't have any say in it. And, that's where I'm at. And so you really do. You get to this point where you're so confident in your gut. Sometimes those people can kick up your own insecurity with your own gut, right? Like that's what a lot of that is. And so once you really train yourself and stack up that evidence, create a list, and really see that, wow, I mean, my intuition has been right, and this is great. So when those harder decisions come or people second guess it, you feel so solid.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, cool. Anything else, Berline? What do you think about the weekly Wildly Alive challenges?
I like it. I think it'll be, I like it. And like you said, I think it might have more people involved in it, because doing it weekly, everybody probably feel like, oh, I don't have time to do that weekly. But if you're doing it once a month, I'm sure people will be more into it and stuff. And I'm sure the little challenges are going to be fun, and it's not going to be feel like work or something, like it's something,
No, they're going to be fun.
And I know it's going to be something that ain't got to be done perfectly, because I know who you are and stuff, so it's going to be something that's fun, and, it's going to be so I like it.
Cool.
I like
Great.
it.
Yeah, I'm really excited. It's going to be awesome. Okay. All right, dear. Well, thank you so much for raising your hand.
No problem. You have a great one.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, anyone else want to chat before we go? say hi, have anything to say about information overload, or maybe a story on how your gut was right. Okay, all right. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap up the call. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it, and I hope that you can make next month's call, which will be like 5. Well, this is a great thing. August had 5 weeks in it, so like worked out perfectly for me. So August 30th, Wednesday, August 30th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 Pacific is when our next call will be. So put it in your calendar so you can come. You will still get your weekly Wildly Alive challenge, which will be really, really fun and enjoyable. And there's also going to be a self-care prize contest. So if you do the challenges and you post pictures of yourself completing them, then during the call we will draw a name out of a hat and you will get a self-care prize. So really, really fun stuff. I'm all about getting you guys into action, not just taking this information and letting it sit in the back of your brain and never doing anything with it, because information without action is completely pointless. And so I'm a good motivator, and yeah, you can say I'm tooting my horn, you can ask any of my clients or who have worked with me, but I know how to motivate people. And if I can get you guys reminding you of the challenge on social media and how fun it's going to be to actually engage and do the challenge, and then give you some incentive to do the challenge and create a sense of community when you're posting the pictures and stuff like that, it really creates some good momentum so you actually get results from these calls and from my emails, and that's my goal, is to help you get results. So thank you so much for being here live. Thank you so much for listening to the recording. It does mean a lot that you've made the time to listen to this. And if you're listening to this on YouTube or on the podcast, I would highly suggest that you go to wildlyaliveweightloss.com, get your Wildly Alive weight loss plan, and then you'll get the weekly challenges sent to your email. So then I'm kind of getting you on 2 or 3 different platforms to remind you of the challenge that week so you actually follow through and see and feel results. Okay? That sound good? All right. Well, I love you all, and I will see you over on the email and on social media to remind you of these wonderful challenges, and hopefully I will talk to you next month on August 30th. Okay, love you all. Bye. Hello there, it's Nichole Kellerman-Worth from wildlyaliveweightloss.com and Mr. Wyatt Worth. You say hi?
Hi.
Say hi. And that's Mia and George behind me. Like, this is my working life. Welcome to my home. So I wanted to stop in really quick and make sure that you've taken the Wildly Alive quiz if you haven't already. Because this quiz is going to really clear up why you're shooting yourself in the foot when it comes to weight loss. And we're also going to create a Wildly Alive weight loss plan like you've never heard before. So if you're one of those women that say, I know what I should be doing to lose weight, but I'm just not following through, this is the missing piece. Your mindset. That's what we're going to get into. We're going to really dig deep into what's going on in between those ears so your beliefs line up with what you want so you can start actually following through and in a way that feels really good and inspiring for you. So again, head on over to wildlyaliveweightloss.com, take the quiz, and together let's create your personalized weight loss plan. All right, see you there. Bye. Say bye, Wyatt. Say bye.